Hi, and welcome to this week's Shot of Satisfaction. The practice of nursing and medicine is both an art and a science. Hi, I'm Dr. Frank Gabrin, author of the new book, Back from Burnout, which can teach you how to feel good at work most, if not all of the time. I just worked a stretch of 3 12s in a row, and at the end of the third 12, I was dragging. And I said to a young nurse, "This job can take a lot out of you." To which he replied, "This job crushes your soul, doc." The practice of medicine is both an art and a science, and sometimes I forget that. Even though I don't consider myself to be burned out, I have to admit I was physically exhausted, emotionally exhausted too. I know because after I fell asleep after that third shift, I slept through a dozen alarms and missed 2 appointments. Why does this happen to me? Why does this happen to any of us? You already know that I believe burnout need never happen in the first place, and that if it does happen, there's a clear path back to an emotionally rich and rewarding experience of work and life itself. So why was I so physically exhausted? Why was I so emotionally exhausted? The answer is really simple. Too much science and not enough art. Too much empathy and not enough compassion. Empathy is science. Compassion is art. Empathy is automatic. Compassion is not. Please, allow me to explain. You see, as humans, we're all proud owners of a mirror neuron system, or MNS. It's like a high-tech camcorder that observes and records every subtle detail and nuance of other people's facial expressions, pupil movements, body language, body movements, vocal tones, and cadences. Continuously and vigilantly, our MNS monitors the emotions of others in our environment. Our MNS is capable of recognizing 7 universal emotions: anger, fear, sadness, disgust, contempt, surprise, and finally, the one positive emotion, happiness. These 7 universal emotions are the same across all cultures. When our MNS recognizes these emotional states, it causes us to feel and display the same. So what does this mean? Well, like it or not, it means we're all connected via our mirror neuron system. Doctors, nurses, patients, family members, clerks, secretaries, medics, techs, aides, security, and even housekeeping. We're all connected simply because we're in the same space, the emergency department. Perhaps the artist Jane Seymour said it best. What I know is that we're all interconnected and that it's a really beautiful thing. We have links to everyone else in our lives and in the world. Different people have different journeys for different reasons. You can't judge, but you can celebrate that there are connections everywhere. You see, our MNS, or mirror neuron system, is science. It's our physiology, it's our neuroanatomy. We can't escape it. Our only option is to rise above it. See, even our own neurons connect to each other. A typical neuron makes about 10,000 connections to neighboring neurons. Given the billions of neurons, this means that there are as many connections in a single cubic centimeter of brain tissue as there are stars in the Milky Way, according to David Engelman. Connections are what it's all about. But it's these automatic connections made by our MNS that cause us to feel what those in our environment are feeling. And in the emergency department, let's face it, happiness is a rare emotion to come by. That means we are constantly swimming in 6 negative emotions: anger, fear, sadness, disgust, contempt, and surprise. Our MNS is responsible for that initial phase of empathy, and empathy is defined as a state of suffering, feeling bad, feeling pain, feeling sad. You see, our MNS causes us to suffer with them. We feel bad for someone who is suffering automatically. Why do you think others tell us they could never do our jobs? Why do others look away? It's because empathy hurts. It's a state of suffering. It's uncomfortable. And our automatic empathetic reaction drains us, depletes us, causes us to burn out. That's why this job crushes our soul. But wait, what is that I hear? Is it opportunity knocking? I know that we all want to be the cause of something better, something meaningful, something different, something significant. We can create something new. We can create wholesome experience for ourselves and those we care for. See, we have the power to touch the essence of our own souls in positive and emotionally rewarding ways. Action is the only way out of a bad place or situation. We have to do something to move out of our state of shared empathetic suffering. It's time to take action. What I'm asking you to do is practice the old-fashioned art of medicine and nursing. What I'm asking you to do is to mindfully make a deeper connection to your patient, and then, inside that connection, generate and deliver compassion. Compassion is nothing more than our desire for things to be better for them, and our compassion for them will lift us up and out of our shared suffering. So, when we don't make the effort to move out of our automatic empathetic response, we're bound to suffer from compassion fatigue, or what I like to call empathetic overload. We must make the choice to take action and generate and deliver compassion. Compassion can fatigue. Compassion enlarges, compassion energizes, and compassion heals not only our patients, but ourselves as well. True care is a 6-stage process that we all must go through in our hearts and our minds if we actually want to feel better, if we want to come back from burnout. It consists of 6 components: presence, connection, focus, empathy, compassion, and finally action. I wrote about it in Care 101 and also Back from Burnout. You can get a free copy of Care 101 at cleartocare.com. I'd like you to explore the meaning of true care more deeply, and I'd like to invite you to practice the art of medicine and nursing once again. For when it's working, you completely go into another place. You're tapping into things that are totally universal, completely beyond your ego and your own self, and that's what it's all about, according to Keith Haring. Why not go to cleartocare.com and download your free copy of Care 101? Alternatively, you could go to amazon.com and get a Kindle edition or even a paperback edition of Care 101. So, if you really want to feel better, why not go to amazon.com and get your own copy of Back from Burnout? It comes in a Kindle edition or a paperback version. Either way, I'm sure you'll be feeling better soon. So until next time, go, care, make a difference, and change your world. All the best, Dr. Frank. I believe that caring for others should be the most emotionally rewarding job on the planet. I believe none of us should suffer from compassion fatigue or burnout, and I pray that we all get well soon.